everybody. It's Steven. Where is everybody on this Wednesday night? This hot Wednesday night. No Elix today. He's here, but he's upstairs. He had calls 7, 8, and 9. He's a busy boy. Hey, Heidi, how are you? It's so good to see you. It's so good to be back on and get to do some readings. And Therese, how are you? Hey, Denise. Denise, me too. Elix is not here. Well, hey, Mark, how are you? Elix is here, but he's upstairs because he has phone calls. Wednesday nights usually are busy for him, but usually not starting until 8 for whatever reason. He had one at 7, or he's just saying that and he just doesn't want to, well, I was going to say do this, but he loves seeing everybody. Maybe it's me. So, hey, everybody. Hey, Ashley. It's good to see everybody. And I'm very excited to be here to do this. Hey, Joyce, I'm going to do a little bit different tonight. Instead of, exactly, Heidi, where's Jane? Instead of calling people, because first of all, I don't have an extra phone because Elix is using his phone. I think I just saw Ava. Hola, Ava. I'm going to just check in, sort of more like a psychic kind of connection and see what's going on. So, hey, Ava. So, what's been going on with everybody? I'll just tell you quickly. I don't know if you guys seen the posting. Hey, Lisa, the video that Elix and I did. Hey, Karen, how are you? About the bear when we were in Maine. And I have to tell you, that was, hey, Tina, that was something else. If you didn't see the video for my birthday, we were up in Maine in Sedgwick, which is like 5 hours from here, from Massachusetts. We live in Norton. And it's on the East Coast. It's beautiful. It's on the Bagaducci, I think it's called. It's where salt water and fresh water meet. It's beautiful. So, hey, Tosh, how are you? What a pretty name. In any case, the driveway is so long that's where Elix and I do exercise. And we had been running back and forth each day. The day, I think the last day before we were leaving, Elix said, instead of running back and forth, because I think if you go like 4 times, it's 4+ miles. He said, let's walk it. It's woods. Like it's just a path that a car can barely fit on, and it's beautiful. And it's just woods on each side. So we're coming back towards the house, and I look up, and on the left-hand side, I see this big black blob. And I'm staring at it, and I'm like, oh my God, Elix, that's a bear. And it was, let me just tell you, it was not a small bear. It was a good-sized bear. So, you know, I wished I would have pulled, because I had my phone, and snapped a picture. But I got to tell you, for the first time seeing a bear and you're not in a car, you're actually just, you know, walking, and the bear can easily catch you. Elix and I very quickly sort of backed up down the driveway and left, and went back towards the street. And we called the guy that is like the groundskeeper and told him what we saw, and that, you know, we're not at the house. And he said, what size was the bear? Do you think it was a year old or so? And I'm just thinking to myself, well, you know, I didn't ask him if he like registered for first grade. Like, what does that mean? Like, is he 1 year? How the hell do I know if he's 1 year? It's the first time I've seen a bear. So, and of course, he was getting the biggest kick out of both of us. So we went to the end of the driveway and we went across the street. This guy owns like this bait shop, and he was outside. So we asked him about it, and he said, oh, don't worry about it. He said, by the time you get back, the bear will be gone. So we did. Elix did. We always usually carry an air horn. Now, whether that's going to help us or not, I have no idea, but we usually bring one. So we went back, and, you know, there was no sign of the bear. But when we left, like maybe 5 hours later, we're going down the driveway, and lo and behold, the bear is in the middle of the driveway, just looks up at us. And he was, I don't know if it was the same one, probably. They can move fast, but he was not small. And Pam and Bill, it's Pam's house. It's a good friend of ours. She built that, I think, in the 80s, and she said she has never seen a bear. And this is the third time, a couple of years ago, we went to see a bear. So So that was our excitement, seeing a bear in Maine. But it was really cool that being up there on my birthday, there's barely any reception. It was pretty wild. It was pretty good. So, and in one of the supermarkets, I have to share this. You know what I found? And you know it was a beautiful find for me. Look at that. It's their anniversary, and I haven't finished it, but it's a really good book. A very good book. Yeah, Yogi Bear. I don't know. I mean, Sheila, I don't know. I don't know if it was Yogi Bear, but it was a bear. But it was a really cool experience. So before I get to readings, and let me just go quickly. You know, last time I was on, I said I had an announcement. Do you know I went through the whole Facebook Live and never announced anything? I don't know what's going on with me. But in any case, one of the announcements, hey Denise, one of the announcements was, or is, that my new website is almost ready to launch. And I'm really excited about it. I mean, it looks beautiful. The website I have now, that takes you about 5 hours to make an appointment. No, it's not that bad. But it was something that I pretty much did, and I'm no techie person. It did what it needed to do, but it needed to get updated. So my girl Lindsay is doing it, and it's almost there, and it's beautiful. It really is really nice. And you know, I was like giving gift certificates. Christmas time I do a lot of gift certificates, and I was like actually writing them out. So this is all going to be, you know, part of the website. So it's electronic, like getting to, you know, 2020. So I'm really excited about that for a person who's not had the best website. This is really exciting. But the second announcement, which is just as big, is that how many of you guys are into crystals here? And I know there's a lot of you. Hey, Nicole, I know there's a lot of people that love crystals or have interest in crystals. Hey, Joyce. And let me just quickly tell you what happened. A couple of years ago, hey, Shelly, I'm just talking about Maine. Greetings from Maine. We were just in Sedgwick having dinner with the bear. So I love Maine. But in any case, so let me focus, as Elix always says. So I took a couple of years ago, my cousin, her daughter, my cousin who lives in Florida, Holly, her daughter Morgan, and Elix, I surprised them and brought them to a Himalayan salt cave, which was the coolest thing. One of the things that happened when we went into this cave is that, I mean, I didn't really know much about Himalayan salt caves. I knew that there was probably a lot of energy and it was very relaxing, but honest to God, I barely relaxed because the entire time, the hour or 50 minutes, hey Sandy, I did past life readings for my cousin, her daughter, and Elix. Didn't ask for it. It was one after another. It was wild. So then after that, we went to dinner, and hey Tiffany, hey David, and I told them all about their past lives. That blew me away. I am certified to do past lives, but I wasn't, that was the furthest thing from my mind. I just wanted to relax. And some of the stuff that was so accurate, I mean, of course, Elix, my cousin, I know them, but there were things that were pretty wild when I explained it to them. So that kind of just got a little bit of my curiosity. And last year, I put this on a Facebook Live that I was at Wright's chicken farm in Rhode Island. And David, I would love to do that. And in any case, I went to the gift shop. And if you're ever at Wright's Chicken Farm, you have to go to the gift shop, and the manager is Nikki, and give her a big ear hug when we open up, because she's the best ever. But in any case, she told me about what they just got in, and they were crystals. They were selenite, and white, beautiful, smooth selenite. And hey, Sandy, so I bought one or two. I think I bought one. Yeah, I bought one, and I had the craziest experience with it. Now, I really didn't know much about crystals. I remember opening it up, and I was in the dining room looking at it, and I started immediately feeling dizzy and just not feeling well at all, like at all. So I put it back, and I knew clearly it was connected to the selenite. And let me finish, because I don't want to scare people about crystals, because crystals are the most amazing things. So I put it away and I'm like, what the hell was that? I have no idea. I'm like, I know selenite because I looked it up at that point because I was a little bit concerned. And I know it's a very powerful crystal that helps you connect. So I tried it once again. I opened it up and held it for a couple of minutes. Same thing I started feeling the same way. So it sparked my interest to start understanding crystals a little bit more. And so I've been doing research since then. And the announcement is I am going to start doing a crystal class. I don't know how many it's going to be. And the great thing is you can hit one, you can miss the next, or you can sign up so you make sure you get it. It's going to all be via Zoom. But I have been just enthralled in these crystals. They're amazing and understanding them. But I didn't want to do a class on crystals just saying, here's a rose quartz and this is what it does. I wanted to tie it a little bit further. So what I did was the first class, I'm going to just do a very brief history, not like a history that you're going to be falling asleep. So stop it. It's a good history and like the chemistry and just a little information. Did I know you're supposed to cleanse crystals? You're supposed to recharge crystals? Hey, Crystal, I'm talking about crystals and Crystal comes on. Me too. I'm so happy to see you. But I had no idea. And which then, of course, after doing this research made me think, wait a minute, was the selenite the energy of somebody else who touched it and that's what I was picking up on? Is that what started making me feel nauseous and like not feeling well? Or was it because it wasn't, when I got it, I didn't do any kind of cleansing on it. I mean, there was so many things that made sense after I started diving into crystals. And so I ended up ultimately gave that away, and the person that has it loves it. But I wanted to do this class, so the class is going to be about cleansing it, charging it, and then I'm going to select, I don't know how many weeks it's going to be, and it'll probably be just like an hour class, but I've divided them in colors. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select colors, but I'm going to also give people opportunities to ask if there's a specific crystal that you want info on that I can actually look in real time. And if I can't get to real time, I'll get back to you. And I was hoping that each crystal that I've selected, I would have with me. But I'm looking on the internet and it doesn't look like it's too easy. Some of these crystals that are amazing are not the easiest to find. So, but I'm so excited. I tied them into the zodiac too. So each crystal will be like the correlating sign, whether it's Gemini, Sagittarius, and the chakras too, which I thought was so amazing when I started looking into crystals and the connection with chakras, because so many of the crystals, what I found, watch, I'm doing the whole damn class right now, but I'm excited about it. So many of the crystals that I've started reading and doing this research is that, there's sort of like two categories. There's the healing category for the crystals, and then there's the category of you want to increase your energy. So now anyone who's taken my classes before, I think it would be a really great thing to watch this if you're not well versed in crystals, because you can use these crystals, and I know all the psychics out there, all the mediums out there, people that I'm sure you guys probably know more than I do, but you're frozen on my end. Marty, am I frozen? The comments are moving. Yeah, I hope maybe Marty, it will just clear up, I hope. Lisa, me too. No, it's moving. So Marty, I'll watch for you. In any case, so many of those, David, thank you. And thank you, Ashley. So many of the healing properties, as well as the increasing of the energy, really tie into our subtle bodies. And that's in my class that I teach, we talk about the etheric body, the subtle bodies. And of course, those are really chakras. It's the energy centers. So all of this, thank you, Lisa, all of this, I want in. Colleen, I'm really excited. I'm excited to do this, to teach this. And they're tied to the chakras. But things like I've done so many research, I've talked to people that are like experts in crystals, And doing things like if you've got arthritis on a particular part of your body, like say you've got arthritis or some ailment, say in like the top of your leg or so, or that area, you want to select a crystal that coordinates with the chakra that would be closest to that, which would be the root chakra, which would be red. I had no idea. And placing that crystal on you for like 15 minutes, all of that was brand new to me. I think I have had my sort of mouth opened, like learning this, because the crystals are so amazing and there's so much to learn. So I did take one here just to give you sort of like a preview for the class. So this I've had for a long time, and this is a rose quartz. And I did not even know that rose quartz are the most important crystal for healing the heart. It's all connected to the heart. I had absolutely no idea about that. But that's connected to not only like breakup of relationships, it's connected to grieving and just holding this or keeping this in your pocket, which I'm sure, you know, some of you probably do that. And I actually did that. I mean, we're in Massachusetts, so we would go to Salem every year, and I would get, you know, crystals at Crow Haven. Lorelei, who owns Crow Haven, who is incredible. We became really good friends with her. She would put some crystals together, ask what we're looking for, and I would have them in my bag that I would go to court with and just have them with me, but not understanding exactly, like, what are they doing? Like, you know, they just sit, they have dust on them because they're on the bottom of my bag, and that's not something that you do. But just the cleansing piece was really interesting. But this rose quartz, I had no idea it was connected to the heart. I also, Zodiac, it's connected to Taurus and Libras, which is pretty wild, and Venus, the planet Venus. So for you Taurus and Libras, Elix is a Libra, these are great, great crystals to have, because these crystals are also going to be connected to when you were born, the astrology piece of it, and even the astronomy piece of it, which is pretty wild. So you have to put them in the sunlight to recharge them. Yeah, Lori, I love that you know that. I read that. That's so cool. There's ways to recharge them, to cleanse them. The sunlight is a great way to do it. I know to cleanse them, depending on what kind of crystal, you can put them in brown rice. If they're water soluble, you can wash them. It's all of this will be in the class. And if there's people, again, that have questions, that have crystals and want more information, that's what I'm going to give. And there was too many here that for this rose quartz, but it's really, this rose quartz focuses on inducing love, reducing tension, overcoming trauma, grief, addiction. This is pretty wild. And here this is sitting on my desk. I have no idea. And you know, the great thing about knowing this is that even in readings, it's something that if somebody asks me, you know, they're having, you know, a lot of grief for someone who's crossed, and, you know, is there crystals or so? I mean, the first thing I would come up with now is a rose quartz, whereas before I could never do that. So it's pretty, pretty interesting. And the chakra piece is pretty cool too. And I think that's all I needed to say. So be watching on, I'll put it on Facebook. I'm going to put it on my website. And I just looked at the draft today. There's a couple of more things that have to be added. I know somebody that's on here had just asked about a gift certificate, and I told him to wait till Wednesday because I thought it was going to go live today. So just if you can wait a couple of more days for it, because it would be much easier than me writing out, you know, like people used to write out checks like in the 80s or so. It would just electronically be sent to you. So, but that's very exciting, this class. So I will post it. It's going to be coming up soon. And what I was going to say is that when I start actually introducing sample crystals and talking about them, I've decided that I'm going to do it color-wise, color-coded. So I'm going to start with the pinks and the peaches and focus on them, and just, again, pick some samples that I think most people would be interested in. So Denise, thank you. I had an amazing birthday, so it was great. And I was just about to start taking a look and doing some readings. And share this, please. I love seeing hearts, and I love when you share this video so that people can come on in. But I don't know if anyone has seen the announcement too that we're back on Through the Static July 8th. So I think it's July 8th. The 4th is a Saturday, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Yeah. So what's Peaches stand with what sign? Are you talking about fruit? Actually, so July 8th is going to be us back. We haven't done a show since March. Allison, thank you. We haven't done a show since March 11th. I mean, that's pretty wild, right? Me too, Angie. Me too. So things are, I love the hearts. Yay. Look, they match my shirt. So, and Elish just wants to make sure everybody knows that he's very sad that he's not here, even though he's just upstairs. And Denise, me too. I cannot wait for the 8th too. And I know I've said this probably a zillion times, but I've Spirit talking to me that they're interrupting my thoughts. On Through the Static, you know how we do Facebook Live for people that are on Facebook? I'm hoping to God the cameras are already, they're all set up, and it should be, I'm going to send a message tomorrow to the station manager to see if we're ready to go live, so that you don't have to go, I don't have to do a Facebook Live. You'll actually be able to just check in to my Facebook page, and I'll tie in WARA's website, or you can just go to WARA's website, and there's like 3 or 4 cameras that you will also be able to not only hear us on the radio, but be able to see us. Unlike Facebook Live, it's like this, it's just facing me, and you see me and you hear me talking to people. But the great thing is that with the cameras, you're gonna be able to see me, Elix, Mark, the producer, who's ever talking, is that the camera will be on. So you get to see the whole studio, which is pretty wild. So I don't know if that's going to actually happen the 8th, because I know that for them to practice, they need shows that want to use the camera. And there's a lot of old school radio hosts that believe radio is supposed to be heard and not seen. So they can't actually sample those shows. And I'm just cannot wait, right? So, oh, Katie, thank you. I love it. Thank you. So, but I hope everyone's well here in Massachusetts, in New England. It is hot. Summer is here, and even though it was cool, definitely in Sedgwick, Maine, it was much different. We actually had to close all the windows, and it was actually cold at nighttime, so it dropped. So tell me, oh, my niece is doing well. Angie, I don't know who your niece is, but if there's any questions, ask me. If there's somebody you want to connect to, ask me. If you want to just say, am I going to meet the man or woman of my dreams, ask me. I think anything's open. So, David, me too. I can't stand it either. It's hot here in Virginia. Oh, Colleen, I can imagine. It's probably the same. Sometimes, Colleen, it's like we get hotter than the South with the humidity. So, David, I can't wait for that. So, Angie, it's interesting. As much as I love everyone on here, I cannot, I can't remember I can't remember anything. So, Tina, I had a friend pass last week. Anything? Tina, was this a guy? Tell me if this was a guy or not. Oh, my God, Colleen. Actually, that was coming. It's going to come. It's too early. Tina, I kind of was suspicious when I asked you that, because there's another person. There's got to be a guy that crossed recently. And when I get recently, it's usually within like a year, 12 months, something like that. Oh my God, from COVID. Oh Lord, that's so sad. But you've got somebody else too, but it's a recent passing in addition to this woman that's very, very sad. Both of them, Tina, are actually chatting. One of, Tina, one of them, somebody moved. Sheila, hold on to that question. You may have to ask me that again so I don't forget. But I just want to finish with Tina because she said it'd be okay. She started treatment 2 months ago, and I spoke with you, and she said she had lots of now Angie, now I remember. And I hope that everything is going the way Spirit mentioned. I mean, Spirit can do a lot, especially with when there's white light around. Even though sometimes it's just not easy, Tina, where'd you go? So in any case, Tina, there's a guy in addition to this woman, but there's some kind of move. I'll take one of my dreams. Allison, you make me laugh. Passed away in September. His wife moved recently within the last year. Oh, Katie, I wonder if, hey, Becky, I'm here. I wonder if that's also him jumping on. Tina, let me ask you something. Where's a move? I don't know if this is with the guy or the woman or you, but there's a move somewhere I keep hearing. Hey, Lori, there's something to do with the, oh my God, Janine. Wow, I remember seeing pictures of your beautiful mom on Facebook. I just need to, let me just finish with Tina to tell me what's this move, or who's this move, and who's this Bob guy, Tina. My God, it's, that's, hey, Mela, that's, one of the saddest things when I do this. Sandy, you got some, I just looked at your name, Sandy. You got some crazy good stuff. I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me get back to Tina. I don't know what that is, Sandy, but you've got something crazy coming up in a good way. It's possible for me. I did also have an aunt passing in February, might move into her house. I also, oh my God, that's what it is. An aunt passing, wow, another woman might move into her house. So just know that she's taking advantage, Tina, of letting you know that she's here. Why? Bob is my dad. Oh my God, Tina. Wow. So just giving these beautiful validations. He passed. Wow. So he's here too. Who's David or Donna? No, it's a guy. Dan, David, Tina. There's something with Don, David, Dan, I keep hearing. Your father's saying this. I love that your father's stepping forward and letting you know that he's here. And Tina, the woman who passed from COVID, just told, I don't hear this a lot in Spirit, honestly, and this has nothing to do with, David's my husband. Oh, Tina, my God, that's your dad giving a validation for your husband. How wild. The woman who passed of COVID, Tina, connected to you, just said to me this. She's like, she is so happy she's in Spirit. And again, let me be clear. This has nothing to do with her connections and, her feeling so horrible about leaving people here. She's just solely talking about this, like her body and just, excuse me, and part of it too sometimes, Tina, I don't get this a lot, but part of this is that when we get to Spirit, oh my God, totally her. I love it, Tina. We love it. It's like a party. Like she's just so happy. And Tina, you know what she just said to me? To tell you, one of the things that she's very, very happy about is that she can, in Spanish, there's a word called bochinche, which is like you've got all the gossip. And she just said to me, tell Tina, now I can see everything. I know everything. So, and she loves that. She loves being able to be with people and watching people. But the more important thing, she's beautiful because she also said just helping people. And Tina, you've got a guardian angel now with you, with her, which is amazing. Clearly your dad is watching you too. So with the move, with his name, she was a total gossip. Tina, that is too funny. She's laughing. When I just started laughing, I could hear her laughing. But the last thing she just said to me was, Stephen, the woman you're talking to, Tina, I already know this, but she's validating this. She just said to me, Tina has the biggest heart there possibly is. Sometimes to a fault of just taking care of people, making sure people are okay. That's what she's talking about. So she just wants to give you big hugs and big kisses, but she's a hoot, especially telling me that she's so excited she gets to watch everything with this, as I say in Spanish, bochinche. I learned that from Elix. I was going to say from English. I have no idea where that came from. So no, Tina, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad I got to do this. Ex-boyfriend Kenny passed of COVID. Does he have a message for his daughter? Sheila, who's Ann Ava? He just said he also didn't think he was going to pass at all. Sheila, he did not think he was going to pass, but he keeps giving me the A name. First name, middle name. I don't know even if you would know a middle name, but that's what he keeps giving me. You know, it's really interesting, Sheila, that he's still got, I mean, he knows he's in spirit, but he still has sort of an element. I don't know if I've ever felt this. He still has sort of an element like, I can't be crossed. His middle name is Alton and daughter Hannah. Wow, that's his, you know, it's funny. I don't always say middle name and there's the A, Alton. I would have never got Alton. So I love that. I love that he's giving that validation for you to let you know that he's here and that he's watching Hannah. So he shows me 8 too, 8. So there's something, Sheila, in August or the 8th of a month, or someone's 8 or turning 8 or something like that he's given. But he doesn't really, it's interesting, Sheila, he doesn't fully understand, like, I should still be back there, even though he is in the best place and he knows he's in the best place in reference to he has no choice, right? So for what he's got, I mean, you know, it's a beautiful place where he is, but he's got ties here. And, well, Sheila, I gotta be honest, I think this is the first time I've ever heard someone in spirit say that. He was like, he showed me a picture of him holding on to something like say like bars or something, like like metal on the stairs or something on your front steps, and holding on, getting a good grip on it, and like the white light and spirit sort of like pulling his legs, like, you gotta go, you're crossed, and he's holding that he doesn't want to. And I wonder if it's because of his daughter. One thing I will tell you, but he just winked at me. So one thing I will tell you is that he is going to be as a guardian angel for his daughter. And you know what? He also just thanked you too. So make sure you, I don't know if you know what the 8 is. I know his daughter is pregnant and due in September. Sheila, watch August. There's gotta be a reason why he brought me to August. So, wow. And he just told me what it was too, by the way. But Sheila, he just also keeps, I know you said he's your ex, maybe you have a good relationship, but he also just keeps thanking you and thanking you. So, but you're gonna have to tell me if she has this baby in August. Unless there's something else in August, like a birthday or an anniversary connected, And it's a bike too, Sheila. I don't know if it's a motorcycle, but there's a bike he keeps showing me. He's got also a great personality, a great smile, but Sheila, he just said to me that he's screwed up. I was almost going to say effed up, but I guess I can say effed up, right? I'm not saying the word. In so many things that he made, screwy decisions. I'll tell you if she gives birth in August. Yeah, do that. Where's the bike, Sheila? Why does he keep referencing the bike? Something with a bike. I don't know what it is, but he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. And I think the whole trying to stay here is trying to keep connection as strong as he can. Sheila, woos. Is that a different language? Quad. I don't know what that is. Am I drunk? You mean quad's a bike, right? Kyla, I just said to Elix, how's Tilly? I don't even ask about you, Kyla, anymore. It's all about Tilly. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Kyla. Sheila, so a quad, I know I'm sounding stupid, but oh my God, yes, that's what he's talking. Was that his? He keeps referencing the bike. So just know whether it's his or whether it's not. He's just making sure you know that he's around and how much he really has an amazing, Allison, an amazing love connection, love as a person, Sheila, for you. So just make sure, Tammy, thank you, a four-wheeler. I kind of knew it was something like that, but I guess my bad. But now I know. I learned from you guys. So you know what? There was Sheila, I hope that makes sense. I hope that's good. But there was somebody that just asked me something that I heard her. Where is it? I can't find you. Rosemary, trying to connect with my daughter. So Rosemary, hopefully you're still on here. 2. Why does your daughter say 2? There's something with 2. And on a side note, Janine, your mother just said to me, I don't know if at some point she had a conversation with you, but she says, tell my daughter, first of all, she said she's got the best daughter in the world. But she also, Janine, just said to me, tell my daughter that it's exactly what I thought. She's talking about everybody that's already in spirit that she gets to meet, and it's a reunion, and she loves it. So Rosemary, yes. What does that mean? Yes. My husband too. Rosemary, there's not 2 crossed. I know you said you're trying to connect with your daughter, but when your daughter, the first thing she said to me was 2. Was there a miscarriage? Did somebody have? It feels like there's 2, like would be 2 kids in spirit connected. You mean your husband is crossed? Oh, I wonder if that's it. Rosemary, I'm sorry, and I'm not drinking. Imagine if I was drinking. So maybe that's what you mean. My husband too, meaning that he's crossed. Maybe that's what she's talking about too. Hey, Bernie. Even though, Rosemary, yes. So your husband's crossed also. There's a Frank or Fred somewhere, Rosemary. I don't know who this is. I don't know if it's living or crossed. I just heard, but your daughter, it's just she's very, very adorable the way she steps forward, and so glad that you got to reference that she's with Daddy, that she keeps referencing. But there's also, in addition to the Frank or Fred, wait a minute, what is she talking about? Rosemary, she keeps showing me sand. Sand. Do you have a connection with the beach or did she do something with sand? Like, is there sand art? Something with sand I keep hearing. And I don't know what it is. Because I can feel the texture of it. Rosemary, so there's something, did you guys used to live or go to the beach in the summers or live at the beach? Or I don't know what this sand is. Or did someone like do anything with ashes at the beach? Both your daughter and your husband keep giving that as oh, she loved the beach. Oh, wow, Rosemary. So that's what she's giving me the sand for. Brenda Lee, not surprising that they're, piggybacking with this and that your dad just was like, you know what, my daughter is here, so I'm just going to give her a great reference. It happens all the time. So, but getting back to you, Rosemary, it's just a beautiful way, just to let you know that she's around and she's here. There's Rosemary, there's a piece of jewelry that your daughter talks about. I don't know what it is, but she just keeps saying, talk about jewelry. And you didn't answer me about the Frank or Fred or Fran name also, either first name, middle name. But your daughter also just said to me that she plays around with the electricity all the time at your place. So she's just making sure you know that it's her, and your husband thinks it's pretty funny that she does. Your daughter has a lot of energy. Was she thin? Was she really skinny? And, I'm not really a medium that sees physical stuff. Even though I got to be honest, the last, I don't know what's going on. I've been seeing physical stuff. I did a reading yesterday, and the first thing I saw was this white hair and this petite woman. All the time I've done readings, I've never seen physical stuff. I know spirit stuff changes all the time, Rosemary. Yes, because she showed me what she looked like, and she just showed me like her longer hair, or but skinny, thin, really thin. So it's just a great way, Rosemary, that she wants to let you know that she's here. She's with you all the time. Watch for the lights. And Rosemary, she just talked about Denise, don't make me laugh like that. That was pretty good. You a comedian? It must be your new crystals. Oh, Denise, you're making me screw up my train of thought. So let me get back here. So, oh my God, what was I just saying? I really do think I have ADHD. No, Janine, thank you. Your mother's energy is beautiful. What's with the it's a neck thing. Was she cremated? Was your daughter cremated, or was your husband cremated? Hey, Lisa. Lisa Lone. What a cool name. Denise, you make me laugh. And you should know I don't have a good attention span. So doing that just completely screws me up, that is. Not screws me, screws me up. So I think it's spirit that's just playing with me. They think you started this, and now they're playing with me. So, yes, both. Oh, Rosemary, so they were both cremated. Do you have something in a necklace? Do you have something with ashes, Rosemary? Or were you thinking of doing something with, because it feels like it's with me, it's close to me, it's on me, but yet it also, I think it feels like, that's why I asked about, did someone do anything with a ceremony at the beach or so with maybe ashes? But tell me about that. Just know that your daughter is so excited that she gets to come forward and let you know that she's with you. And she just said that Mom thinks about me every single day. And she loves the fact that you talk to her too. So you must either pray to her, talk to her. So just make sure you keep that with you. And I don't know who that Frank or Fran was. But you have a message from me. I'm friends with Kenny, and also my mom and sister passed. Oh my God, Tracy. Tracy, hold on. I don't know. Thought about ashes at the beach. Wow. Rosemary, I don't know if this is still for you or someone else is coming through, but someone keeps talking about a Christmas cactus. I can actually see the cactus during the year that's got no flowers, and then at Christmas time, there's flowers. Fred was like, oh my God, thank you for validating that. This guy just kept, Frank or Fred just kept saying, how come she's not saying who I am? So Fred was a godfather. Thank you for that. Yeah, I kind of knew you knew because my middle name is Frederick and they kept pointing to my middle name. And I always give Frank with Frederick because they're so close that sometimes I can't hear them right and I want to make sure I get them right. So I don't know. Lauren, I'm so glad you caught me live too. I caught you live too. And I love the pink hearts. I don't know what the Christmas cactus is, if this is still for Rosemary, but what is with the Christmas cactus? Somebody connects to a Christmas cactus. My mom's birthday is Christmas Day, and her mom, my nan, passed Christmas. Oh my God, Lisa. I wonder if that's why they were showing me the Christmas cactus. My mom's birthday is Christmas Day, and my yes, we have. Oh my God. Okay, so Lisa, hold on. So Rosemary, yes, we have a Christmas cactus. I love that. You know, it was so wild that your daughter showed me the specifics of a Christmas cactus. And it's, Rosemary, you've got to know that it's not just about referencing the Christmas cactus. It's really about letting you know that she knows where you are because she pointed to something that's in your house, but that she's always there with you and how much she loves you. So a lot of love with that. And for letting me do that, Rosemary. So Lisa, when you just said your mom's birthday is Christmas Day and your grandma, your nan, passed Christmas Day also. Lisa, I gotta see if this is you. I mean, your grandmother coming through. Who's the E? Like Elizabeth or Edward or they're saying it really, really fast, Lisa. And again, it could be a first name, middle name, someone here, someone there. It's a way that I get to know who I'm with. Oh my God, who's what a cool name. Iamin? Am I saying that right? And who is that? Someone also just said there's one, either one boy, one child. My granddad passed. Oh, and that's him? That's Iaman? I take it. Oh, Rosemary, don't make me get emotional. I love the fact that your daughter and your husband wanted you to get this reading. So I love it. It's wonderful. So Eamon. Okay, so Irish name. Wow. And so that's your grandpa? Is that what you said? Let me just go back here. My granddad passed. But I don't know if that maybe that's him with the E name. Yes, okay. Wow. So you know how, Lisa, how wild is it? So you're talking about grandma and your grandfather's like, hey, I want to make sure she knows I'm here too. But when I was asking you about the E, they showed me one. Does somebody have one child? Why does your grandfather and grandmother keep saying one? It feels there's one. Or there's like 4 kids and there's just one boy. I love it, Lisa. That's funny. I love it when their personalities come through just like they were here, and that's what happens. So, I don't know. Yes, my sister has just, one child. I got it. Wow. So it's a great, and they just said there's 2 of you. So there's either 2 girls or there's just 2 of you, but this could mean a few things. Okay. Lisa, why am I getting Alaska? So carry on. I have all the faith he will give you what he needs to look at. I love Lisa. Stephen, carry on. Just keep going with this. I have two sisters in the, oh, there's the two. I love it. I love that he kept saying two sisters and they're twins. That's wild. Lisa, what's Alaska? I don't know. I don't know where to go with that. Did someone, I don't know, did someone ever want to go to Alaska? Does someone go to Alaska? Does someone live near Alaska? There's something with Alaska. Maybe someone was stationed in Alaska, but I can, Lisa, clearly hear Alaska. There's a broken heart too. Could mean Atlantis. Oh, if that connects with you, maybe Atlantis, Alaska, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm not really sure what they're giving as a reference, but I just keep hearing that there's a broken heart. There's a broken heart. That's what I just keep getting. Lisa, there's a guy though. Well, I study Atlantis gods. Wow, how wild. My heart just been broken. Wow, Lisa, how, I mean, incredible is it that they're letting you know that they know to help to do everything. My partner after, oh my God, Lisa, after 22 years just left me. Oh, wow. You know, it's an interesting thing, Lisa. That's usually not something that I would say, that someone's saying about a broken heart, but I knew that whatever they're giving me, I had to say. And it's an incredible way to let you know that they're watching and they're helping you. You know, you know, Lisa, they talk about, all your loved ones talk about your strength and your perseverance. You know, Lisa, your grandfather and grandmother just said, you know, this is not the only adversity that our granddaughter has seen or been through. And both of them are on each side of you, just wrapping their arms around you. And I know this is not going to help at all because you're going through this right now, Lisa, but I got to tell you, everything that I tune into Spirit just keeps saying that after this is getting so much better as they made me grow. But exactly, Lisa, which is beautiful. But your grandparents just said to me, please tell my granddaughter to hold on to this. If there's one thing to hold on to, is that what is on the other side of the bridge is a place where you've never been, like a finally place, like a place that everything that you've experienced up to this point is sort of groomed you for what's going to happen going forward. And everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, especially with this situation. You know, Lisa, your grandparents also just said to me that my pop wants to come back to me, and I know I don't want him back. Am I right to say no? You know, Lisa, I would never tell you, you know, whether that's yes or no, because Spirit will never tell me that. Your spirits will never say yes or no. But what I was about to say before I just read that is that your grandparents just said to me, there's a part of our granddaughter who knows somewhere in her soul that this sort of needed to happen. And I know that's harsh for me to say, but it's the only way, you know, it's the only way. Your grandmother just said to me, my granddaughter has been like a flower that has been closed up, that she's got all these gifts to give and to live this beautiful life. But for many, many, many months, this flower has been closed. And the only way, I feel at peace with this right now, Lisa, the only way to really be, and I know this is just an analogy, the only way to be really happy is to have this flower completely bloom, because a flower is the most beautiful when it blooms, right? And maybe that's like a corny analogy, but it's what your grandparents just gave me. So you've got to know that all of this, you just got to hang on, Lisa. But the great thing, which I love your grandparents just said, is that she is very lucky because she's actually connected, so connected to spirit. So you can reach out for that energy and that level of understanding that your loved ones really are there to guide you, to help you. The last thing I'm going to tell you, Lisa, I worked hard at fear, but now I fear change, although I want it. Lisa, you got to throw that out. And you know what? See that statement? Stop even saying that. You need to say as a statement, I'm ready to kick fear's ass. That's what you need to. I am connected to spirit. True. Yeah, Lisa, that wasn't a question. That was a statement. Your grandparents told me that, and I could see the connection. So it's pretty incredible. I was just about to tell you one last thing that your grandparents said about what's going on with you. I can't, what's the horses too? Yeah, exactly. You got it, Lisa. Lisa, what's the horses? I mean, do you like horses? Why do your grandparents keep pointing to you and showing me horses? There's something with horses. I don't know what it is, but just know that this chapter is closing if you want it to. But your grandparents just said it's all up to our granddaughter. But the last thing I was going to say to you is that your grandparents just said to me, my guide is half horse. Oh my God, Lisa, I love that. I mean, how wild is that you're getting a validation, even though clearly you know your guide is half horse. I'd love to know what the other half is. But how wild is it that your guide, you wanted to give that as a validation that it's really your guide? Like, it's pretty amazing. But your grandparents also just said to me that you've been at a crossroads for a long time, and they're just very, very happy where you're going, and just stick with that. And you've got to trust yourself. That's what I was going to say. Stop doubting yourself. Half horse, half gold man something. It's up to my imagination. Well, that's like the best imagination. Like, once people figure out that imagination is so key to connecting to spirit, like you have, it's so much easier to connect. Just where I've been at a crossroads with partner. Yeah, I mean, Lisa, they know, they're watching you. So I'm going to leave you with that. Lots of love, and just know that keep the way you're going, because they're all just doing this and giving you thumbs up. So, Tracy, my friend Kenny just passed. I'm tuning in. And I just also, Tracy, I'm going to get back to a second. Sandy, do I have a guide? Sandy, as soon as I connect with you, you're very interesting. Do you have a guide? You've got angels, but high level angels when I tune into your energy. So what that tells me is that, Sandy, you got gifts that you haven't opened up yet. That's exactly what why these angels at this high level are at for you, is that you're holding back. I don't know why. And I don't know what the gifts are, only you're going to know. It's almost like what I was just talking about with fear. And you have to trust yourself. Sandy, I'm an empath. I love that. So not a big surprise, because of the angels. But that's Sandy, wow. Just think of that. I feel everything. But more so about feeling everything, and maybe that ties into what I'm about to say, is that there's, I just heard somebody say that you actually have walls up, like internal walls that you've put up. And you may say to me, no, I don't. And I'll tell you, yes, you do. Because your loved ones are telling me that you stop yourself. Like you're capable of so much, and yet there's an element of just insecurity that just take a look at, because I got it, Sandy. It's because you're holding back on your gift of being connected to spirit, of an empath. There's something that scares you, that where will this go? I just heard this part of you that is ready to move forward. Like, you're connected. You just said you're an empath and you want to hone in on this skill, but there's a part of you also that's scared. There's a part of it but what happens if I find out that's all? It's not going to get any better. That's it. What I feel now is it. I want it to move forward. That's really what it is, Sandy. That's exactly what it is. You're afraid that it's just going to end there, and it's so not going to end there. So, sister, you got a lot of work to do and start bringing in that confidence and that trust that you're connected and moving forward. That's huge, Sandy, for you. Sandy, but you know what? You got to throw that out, because like anything else, when I was first starting out, and it wasn't that long ago, it was the same exact thing. There were times that I would ask somebody, and I would ask them who, you connect with this or so, or say something, and they would say no. And I want to dig a hole and crawl in it and never come out and say, oh my God, what did I do? Do they think, are they going to walk away thinking something else is wrong? Or you can't do that, because as long as you trust yourself and what your God-given gift is, that's all that matters. It's that doubt that comes in. How do you learn to trust yourself? Brenda, no, Sandy, thank you for asking me that. But Sandy, you got a lot. Wow, there's a lot to open up here. Lisa, hugs. I love it. I love it. You do. But Brenda, how do you learn to trust yourself? One of the things that Spirit has told me many, many times, and it may sound like elementary or kind of, like something not foolish, but just very simple, is the first thing you have to do is start your mind to get rid of all that negative. I just disappeared. I hope everyone's still on. It just kind of went off. I think everything's interrupted. But I'm still on, right? I didn't know you on. Sheila, you on. I love it. But thank you guys. But that's part of it. Thanks, Sandy. That's part of it, is that the internal dialogue really dictates where we're going. And I never really connected that as I started out with the mediumship stuff and doing readings or having a formal reading and being on the phone or in person. The last thing I heard was negative. And hanging up and thinking, oh my God, I was horrible. There weren't many validations, and that just kept going and going and going. And that is the recipe for kicking trust out and just all this sort of doubt. And the second you go into not feeling like you're trusting yourself, you've got to change that dialogue. But you also have to remember you've got to trust Spirit. Each one of you, right, that are connected and know you're connected, you've got to trust that. And you got to know that if for whatever reason, you say something to somebody, whether it's informal, formal, and someone doesn't get it, you've got to understand that it's the person maybe needs more time. Last night, I was doing a reading, my last reading of the day with this woman, and I kept asking her the M name, a female, the M name. And there's a reason why I'm telling you this. And she kept saying, I don't know. I was like, it's not even a middle name. It's a first name. It's an M name. And the entire time, she wanted her twin sister who crossed to come through. Halfway through the reading, lo and behold, I said to her, there's a sister here stepping forward. And it was her sister. What was the sister's name? Maureen. So it's just happens with people, and especially, if you're on the fly or if you're doing something informal, people, a lot of times you walk away and then all of a sudden they're like, where did that person go? I know what they're talking about. I want them back. That happens more often, but we leave with, I didn't do a good job. And even with the M name, I mean, the person she wanted to come through, she could not even get the M name. So it's crazy. So my sister saw you at one of your first group readings in Oh my God, Brenda. That was when I was doing some things at Milford High School. The director asked me to come in and do some things, which was really fun, and I was petrified. Like, there were 8 people in the room in each setting, but I remember when I was doing them on the calendar, they got sold out really, really quickly. So, but in any case, that's one of the things, a big thing about trusting, really. TJ, P.S. My network connection is very bad. TJ, I'm sorry about that. TJ, when you just said that, are you from Rhode Island? I just heard Rhode Island. They brought me back to Providence, where I'm from. Are you from Rhode Island? As soon as I said TJ, I was like standing in Providence. So you must have some kind of connection. Maybe someone you know very close lives there, or are you from Rhode Island? Yeah, I'm asking TJ, who says the connection's not good. He's probably not going to be able to respond. Sandy, see, that's why we're connected. Yeah, you can't take the Rhode Island out of this boy, right? You probably can tell. DJ, I knew it. I knew it as soon as I heard it. I knew it. TJ, you've got it's pretty incredible. You've got a lot of stuff going on mind-wise, like a lot of good stuff. Another one, TJ, who you doubt a lot of stuff. You doubt things about yourself, and it's crazy because you're really talented and very, very smart. And it's they wanted me to say that because as soon as I heard TJ or said TJ, it was like Rhode Island, and I was in Providence. So I got a message from Elix today, and then Katie called me here. I know we will always have a strong connection. I got a message from you got a message from Elix today? You got to tell me about that, Sue, right? My husband passed away in September, and I really would like to hear from, hey, Mary, I would really like to hear from him, please. Maida, am I pronouncing that right? Maida, tell me where you're from. Your husband just looked at me and said, like, he wasn't saying anything. He was just being very quiet. And I said to him, why are you quiet? And he just said to me, because I don't believe this. So your husband wouldn't have believed in mediums? It's pretty funny. Spirit saying, I don't believe you. I'm like, well, I can hear you talking. I'm answering you. And he just kind of looked at me like, the name is Ali. She's on her, the name is Ali. She's on her mom's name. I'm from Waltham. Maida, is it two or 3 kids? Why does your husband keep talking about that? He keeps talking about this. He keeps talking about 2 or 3 children, and he's a very interesting character, like really interesting. How he steps forward, very, very different. Maida, tell me, like it's my husband and I'm on my mom. Okay, 2, all right. I'm telling you, I feel like I'm drunk. I can't like process things. So I'm Alik, it's my husband, and I'm on my mom's account. Okay, so I'm talking to Alik. I got it. So 2 kids. So Alik, though, was there a miscarriage? Usually I'm very, 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 very consistent with, or very good with kids. And when I usually get 2 or 3, there's usually a reason for it. Because usually I'm like, you have 2 kids, and I know you have 2 kids, and then the person says, yeah, I do have 2 kids. Not patting myself on the back, but that's usually the way it works. But I don't know 2 or 3. I'm not sure why I just got that Alik, unless it's somebody else. Maybe it's like it's a sibling or so. But just know that it's just a way that you're, hey, Shauna. Exactly, Shauna. I think anyone who is even a little sensitive to energies is about upside down right now, sending hugs to you. Someone just told me too, Shauna, that it's Mercury retrograde. I actually don't even follow that. I know a lot of people do. I think it's probably something that's probably best that I don't follow. A miscarriage. Wow. So just know that that's why I got the 2 or 3 babies, and just know that your husband's giving that as a validation. Did somebody do something with their hip or their leg? Why did your husband talk about the hip or the leg? I don't know what this is. I don't know if there's somebody else. Hey, Gina, if there's somebody else that is in spirit that maybe did something with broke a hip, or did something, or someone's having pains in their leg or hip. There's something like that Alik, I keep hearing that your husband is giving as a validation. I don't know if you told me when he crossed. I don't remember, but it just made me feel like you gave me a connection that I didn't understand, connected it after the call, spot on, R. Kelly. I love it. I know it happens all the time. It's you got me like staring at your name or you, asking you, who's this? What's this? Hey, Lorraine. I'll tell Elix, Lorraine. So where did Alik go? Alik, baby, your husband is like waiting. My husband broke his neck and back. Oh, wow. He passed in September. Wow. So that's the pain. I don't know if maybe because of the back was shooting down my leg, but it was pretty serious, and clearly he broke his neck and back. Wow, Alik. It's just he passed in September. There's 11, Alik, also. 11 is either November, the 11th of a month, or there's an 11 connection. Sometimes too, for whatever reason, 11s are twins. So, but sometimes maybe like the sounds more like the date, like the 11th of something, like of a month. I keep hearing him say that. So just make sure you keep that with you. And just, Alik, just know that he's always with you too. Like always. Around you, and making sure that you're going to get through all of this. So, and just keeps giving you he also just keeps giving you roses too, lots of love and roses. So, I don't see you, Alik, but I've got to end this. I know this goes flying by, and I'm way over anyway. So, this was terrific. Thank you, everybody, for letting me do this. If I didn't get to you next time, tune in so that I can get to you. I actually like doing it this way. I mean, I love hearing people's voices, but I like doing it this way because I can go through a little bit quicker and get to people. So, but everybody stay safe. Have a great night. Have a great week. And lots of love to all you guys, okay? Alrighty.